everybody. I don't know if you can hear me well, but for some reason or other, this evening, I can hardly hear the voice that is the announcement and everything else. So just bear with me. I don't know what's wrong. I'm using Direct Connect on Blog Talk Radio, and maybe that's the reason. I don't really know. But anyway, we're going to have fun. Hi, everybody. So glad to see you. I'm also broadcasting live on Facebook Live, which is a new thing I've added to the show, which means, hi, Esme. If you want to get a reading from Facebook Live, you're going to have to dial that phone number that's in the comment field over there. Okay, and Susie will write it in again in the post. You don't have to, Susie, if you don't want to, because it's there. But anyway, welcome to the show. This is me, Spirit Medium Laura, and we will be doing a mix of different kinds of elements this evening, from mediumship to life messages to healing. You name it, Spirit can do it through me. There is a website for this show, which is called spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com, and there you'll find a gamut of resources, which I'm about to review. The first of which is an outline for the show, the agenda. I already mentioned some of what we're doing, but I didn't say the order in which we would do it. First 15 minutes or so are group messages, including a group channeled message and a focus subject. Then after that, I go into mediumship. Right now, I have nobody who is looking for mediumship connection. So Susie B., if you're hearing me, see if you could find on some of these new callers that just called in. We've got lots of them. See if anybody's looking for other side connections, because I only have life messages right now. And welcome Trudy, who's been trying to get to the show for a long time. Hi, Trudy. I will be picking you up after I do the other side connections. I'll be going to life messages, and Trudy very diligently was the first person call in. She's been trying to get on the show for a long time. And there's a lot of repeat callers in the queue. I already talked to them. Welcome back. And in case, since I'm getting a lot of repeat callers, in case anybody wants some private time with me, this show, if you're listening to the radio show, you actually can get a discount. So if you were wanting 15 minutes, you can get a third more time with me, which is the equivalent of a 25% discount. All you need to do is go to step 1 on spiritmediumtv.com, and it has a link and explains how to do that. It's very easy. Number 2 is how to be in to win a private session with me, another way to get some private time with me. Just go to spiritmediumtv.com, and item 2 describes that. I'll tell you briefly that if you join our mailing list, and you're not on the mailing list already, but during the month we're in, if you join the mailing list, then you would be you'd be in to win. And then I do a contest. It's a monthly contest, and every month I have a new winner. So if you'd like to join our mailing list, go to spiritmediumtv.com, and on the upper right portion of that screen, you will be able to join the mailing list. Item 3 is how to jump the queue. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate. What a corny little poem. I love to write in poems. If I can, when I can write in poems, it means I'm feeling good. Anyway, that's item 3. And if you did make a donation tonight, I probably wouldn't even notice it unless you put it in the chat room or somehow was able to communicate it to Susie, probably through the chat room. I made a donation. This is my area code, because I can't get off the switchboard and look for it at this point, but for a future show or future event. But right now we don't have any donations. Everybody's sort of equal except for the time that you called in. And as I mentioned, after I do a couple of other side connections, then I will go to Trudy, who's first in the life reading queue. Okay. So what else do I need to say? Let's see. Oh, if you'd like to get certified to be a soul psychic healer, item 4 on that page gives you information how to do that. Item 5 on that page, brace yourselves, everybody, is a live video feed of me on spiritmediumtv.com, and there's also one, hi, on Facebook. Oh, goodness, what is this thing in the way? Goodness gracious, I got all these wires and everything else going on. So that's pretty much the announcements. Let me just see something here if I've forgotten something. Oh yeah, I always like to do a little testimonial. So I just a couple of weeks ago just did a speaking engagement at a paranormal group in my area, and this particular one took a little longer to write to me, but it was a very nice. Hold on, I lost it. Very nice review she made of me, Kim Cotet or Cote. Uh, I'll just read a little excerpt of it because she made a very long review, but thanks very much. A huge thanks for your mini reading afterwards. Amazing. You helped confirm for me I'm on the right path. For myself and others, you described in vivid detail some unusual things I've been doing, and even more of what you said keeps falling into place. I've got to come to you for a reading. Okay, that's good. God bless you for all the good work you do. Namaste and blessings. That's Kim. She's a lovely lady, and so there we are. Okay, so let's go to our focus subject, which today will be. I got a couple of things I could do. I'm always writing articles. Yeah, I almost am using my website these days as my own journal, but not quite that detailed. But in other words, what's going on in my life, I know it goes on in other people's lives, and they're universal subjects. And one of the two things I've just written articles on, actually three. One was about Nostradamus, which I'm not going to use today, but you can look it up. Nostradamus and predictions about possibly Trump. But it was interesting that day. I was thinking one thing, but when I channeled, something else came in. So that has channeling in it. In essence, the channeling says that Trump will be a good president, and the predictions from Nostradamus do not apply to Trump. Uh, and then I wrote an article on retiring early, and there's some channeling in there, or some spiritual aspects to that. You know, when we work our entire life for money, which I did, okay, we may find that it's harder to achieve things. If you can, and it's also not very spiritual. We're not on earth to just work for money. We're on earth to work for our service. How can we better serve the public, serve people? We each have gifts. And when you serve from your gifts, you will align with abundance. So there's an article there, because most of the stuff I've been reading on retiring early basically says the same thing. We want to get out of the rat race, which it means doing meaningless work just for a paycheck, so that we can retire into doing meaningful work. Well, why not do your meaningful work right now, right? And then why not make that your source of income? And that's what that article goes into. And the last article I have there is body aches, because lately I've been having a lot of pain in my body. You might have noticed I was not on last week. I was last Wednesday. I didn't feel well. But if you're in a highly stressed situation, if you're eating the standard American diet, which, by the way, if you use that as an acronym, stands for SAD, S-A-D, Standard American Diet, you will end up having what's called inflammation. And one of the symptoms of inflammation is disease. And also aches, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, there's a gamut of other things, cancer, any kind of disease, heart disease, cancer, everything comes from inflammation. And in essence, inflammation is the body being eaten away by free radicals from toxic foods, chemicals that we're ingesting, and also toxic lifestyle. So I did a little bit of research, and since I had the body pains, all of a sudden one day I had a psychic insight. Oh, I know what's wrong with me. And I looked it up, and then I found it was validated. I think dairy is one of the foods that creates inflammation, particularly from uh, regular cows, regular cows, which I don't want to go into too much detail because it could get very complicated, but there's a lot of information about that in that article. Dairy can lead to pains in the body, aches and pains, and arthritic conditions. And then so that was validated when I looked it up, that I received this insight. And the second part of it is I did channeling in there, and the channeling was went way beyond all the stuff I was thinking and what I've researched. It went into really big, great detail. The guides, the ones came in and pulled in information that was highly, highly detailed and offered additional insight to what is behind it. And if you're one of these little nerds and you like that kind of stuff, a little geek or a wonk, if you will, and you like that kind of stuff, there it is in the Body Aches article for you. And if you're not a wonk, if you're not a nerd, I'm a nerd, by the way. I'm a wonk, by the way. But if you're not that kind of person, there's still a lot of information there that might be of use to you about your body and what you're eating and why it might ache, why you might have puffiness around the eyes. Okay, that's one of my pet peeves. Big stomach and puffiness around my eyes. Every time I see somebody with puffiness around their eyes, I always think to myself, they have a lot of toxins in their body. And anyway, it's just a thought. Okay, so what we're going to do now is a little bit of a prayer, a little bit of a breathing exercise, and then we're going to do an energy connection. Hi, Angel. We're going to do prayer, energy connection, and then I will do some channeling, and then I will go to the phone lines. Let me just check something, see something here before I do that. We do have Lori who's wanting an other side connection. Thank you, Susie, very much. And we have, I'm not sure how to say that. That's Nole or Note. Well, I'll find out soon enough. Thank you, Susie Love, for checking that out for me. Okay, if everyone would please uncross your arms and legs and start to breathe from your abdominal area, both in the Facebook room and everybody listening to the show and anybody watching the show. Uncross arms and legs and start to breathe from your abdominal area. Breathing in slowly and exhaling slowly. Allowing yourself to get very comfortable, light and relaxed, feeling good about yourselves. And also, if you would please, call in your loved ones in the spirit world, if that's what you want me to do today. Ask them to sit with you. And if you're wanting a life question, ask your guides that your questions be answered, either through the show, through me, or some other way. Information can come to you from many sources. So ask for successful answers, and same for healing. While you do that, I will go off and do the prayer. I'll be back in a second. And now, everyone, on your next exhale of deep abdominal breath, if you would please release into your space your energy, I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay. Let me just call in the ones or whoever it is that would be coming in today. We are here. We are the ones. We have come in to speak with all of you about earnestness, being honest, honest with self, honest with heart, honest with purpose, honest with methodology. The world of Earth is available to you to be dishonest for the sake of learning how to be honest. Honesty is so important, we cannot overemphasize it for the sake of growth and for the sake of achievement. Those on earth who lie to themselves, for example, will never fully realize self-love or any of their accomplishments. When one is disassociated from one's true feelings, one will not know thyself. And without knowing thyself, one is severely hampered. It is like a person who does not know their own feet to walk forward in life. And so we suggest to you the first place to start with honesty is yourself. Knowing yourself is a truly empowering experience and place to be. We're going to give you a very short exercise in how to know better how you feel about things, for quite often you will disassociate from your feelings. Even the most available individuals to themselves at times will disassociate from their own knowing of self. And the one thing to do during that process is to get quiet. We will take you through the exercise, each and every one of you. We would like you all to please uncross arms and legs and breathe deeply, allowing yourself to get very, very relaxed. And then we would like you to think of a situation in your life that you consider to be toxic or in some form or fashion you do not like it. Go ahead and think of that for a moment. Good. And now we would like you to think of that experience as if it were an object, as if it were, for example, a balloon in front of you. And now we would like you to associate that balloon with your feelings of something toxic in your life. And now imagine for a moment that that was a helium-filled balloon and that you could just simply relax and let it go and watch it float up. So go ahead and let it go. Watch it float up, up, up into the sky. Watch it move higher and higher still until finally it is gone from sight. And now we want you to go back into your stomach, into your belly section. And we want you to think of your feeling. Feel it. What does it feel like? Does it feel lighter? Do you feel looser? Do you feel kinder towards self? You see, at times we tolerate conditions in our life. We do not realize we're tolerating something, that if we were to release it and let it go, we would feel better afterwards. These are the feelings we are talking about. The feelings that we hide from ourselves when we are tolerating toxic waste in our life. Next time you think you're tolerating something, do the balloon test. See how you feel afterwards. If you feel lighter, more complete, and fuller, it means that this situation must be removed from your life or somehow cleared out. Not always removal is the right way to clear that. If you do not feel any differently, then perhaps it is just simply something that is a nuisance but is not necessarily toxic. This is one way to help you feel more in touch with your feelings through this exercise. Namaste. Oh, that was interesting. I'll have to try it sometime. I was trying to do it with you, but doing everything at once is a little bit difficult. Okay, I'm going to go to the first person who's waiting for an other side connection. That would be Lori. Hello, Lori. How are you today? Sure. And oh boy, everybody sounds so light and quiet and far away from me. By the way, can you hear me okay? All right, wonderful. All right, so I'm going to see who's there for you in the spirit world, Lori. And I don't usually take requests. In other words, you may want someone, but let's let spirit do its thing, okay? Let's see who comes in, darling, okay? All right, Lori 951. Okay, I still feel somebody like a motherly type, sweet. Hold on for a second. I'm going to try to get a good, clear view of this person. She's got very kind eyes, a kind cheek. She looks like more like an older person. Her hair is soft around the face. It doesn't go much longer than the cheek area, a little bit like lighter. It looks lighter. It looks like it's curled a bit. How do I describe her face? She's got, right under the eyes, she's got her cheekbones. She's got there's just roundness and softness to her face and very kind cheeks. They don't hang or anything. When she smiles, her face still lifts a lot, if you will. Very kind eyes, a bit of a rounder face, okay, a little bit fuller face, if you will. They always give me too much information at once, so bear with me. She's wearing a longer skirt, uh, like to the middle of the calf. So she's dressed rather matronly or more old-fashioned, if you will. She's an older person. She has her shoulders are not real squared off, just sort of like slope a little bit, and she's got the upper part of her arms a little bit fuller or a little bit looser skin, if you will, a little bit wider. She seems to have a son under her and also several children. She says several children beside, in other words, not just one child, a son, at least one son. And it seems to be lighter coloring in the family. I see a son with like light brown to blonder hair. And she gives me the impression of having had that when she was younger, if you will. She seems to have something going on in her chest area. There's a problem in getting breath, catching breath in her lungs. I'm not sure if that is heart or lung related. I can only give you the symptom right now because she brings me to that location. Would you understand this, please, for anyone you would know from what I've said so far? Did you know your grandma, honey? Okay. And there's all right. Well, let me just, I'm going to go through a few questions. You have we all have two grandmothers. This one seemed to have a son under her. Now, that could still not eliminate one grandma from the other. It could be your father's mom, or it could be your mom's mom. Usually, if they show me that they have a male under them, it means that they're the mother of the father, usually. They wouldn't go through that trouble. Would you understand? So right now, let's just go in that direction since you don't know enough, okay? Um, all right. Now, there's also lighter coloring there. She seems to have lighter eyes, lighter hair, and even as she gets older, it's still, even though it's getting white, I still get the feeling that she had lighter hair when she was younger. Would you understand that for grandma and father's side, please? Lighter coloring, please. Okay, so father's mother had darker hair, honey? Oh, well, it looked light. Okay, did you know she had light eyes? Because I see lighter eyes, like blue or okay, good. I think we're on the right track, sweetie. She's not super thin, but she's not really fat, she's just a little bit wider, like, you know, as you get a little bit stockier as you get older. Would you understand that, please, for that grandma, or would you not even remember? All right. It looks like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Um, Seems to be, did she have any twins? This particular grandma you're thinking of? Because I see her carrying two children, not just one. It's at the same time. Would you know anything about that, please? Okay. Well, she shows me something. Okay. Well, I just want to let the record strike that she shows me that she would might have even carried two and maybe lost one, so they could have been fraternal and not born. But I just want to say that, okay? Maybe it's something you could check later on. It's kind of curious, and I would say it. I have to say it. Now, there's also something else going on that I have a feeling that you might have lost your father because she comes in, and I think she's your father's mother. But I don't have much information yet. It's just a suspicion I have. Don't say anything just yet, love. Oh, okay. All right. And I think that that's why you're probably more interested in talking to your dad. And usually what happens, darling, is the senior person to the one you want usually comes in first to open the doorway. Now, what I see with father is, or I feel like it's hard for me to even say how I get this information. I don't even know half the time. Sometimes I see it, sometimes I feel it, and sometimes I see and feel it at the same. But I get a feeling in the chest area something's going on with dad, like a heart condition. Would you understand that, please? Your father. All right. He's very sick for a long while with this. He also looks like he's not overweight. He's more on the slender side. He's. Would you understand dad to be slender, please, when he's on Earth? All right. Let me see. He's trying to talk to me. He'll talk to me in a moment. He's trying. They get vocal connection. First, I see them and I feel them, and then all of a sudden, I get the words. He's been gone for a while, though. Not right. It's not a very recent passing, even though you're calling this evening. It's at least when he says a while, it's at least a year. Not 40 years, but at least a year is what he's saying. Would you understand that, please, from his passing? All right, few years, he says at most, but not shorter than a year. Okay, so 1 to a few years. He says I've been gone a while now, long enough for you to get over the loss. He says, Lori, but not long enough for us to get over the love for each other. You haven't forgotten me, and I know you think about me often every day, at home and at work, and other things that you're working on. And right now, you're working on something specifically highly organic project in the home that takes care of others. Are you doing something that has to do with organic that would have something to do with caring for others, please? Lori, you're babysitting turtles? And what is this for? Oh, how cute. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, because I didn't know what it could have meant a myriad of things. Obviously, he says you like what you're doing with that. He says it's very much down your alley. You like those kind of organic things, life things. I think he's using the word organic to mean life. You like working with things like that, animals and other animals and things like that. He says you're very organic. He keeps using that word organic. You like to take care of others. I don't know why he's using that word, but may have some significance. You are a person that likes to care for others in a very holistic and organic way. You take care of yourself well, you take care of others well. You're a kind and loving and giving person just like me. Now back to him. I didn't say I didn't give you all the evidence he was giving me. There's also an R name. Uh, when I go to him, I feel an R name like a Richard, and it doesn't necessarily have to be his name, so don't just fix on him. But when I go to him, I see a Ricky or a Richard or something like that. Would you have any significance with that name, please? Okay, well then no, I'll just leave it at like that. He says you're also. I just want to get some information from you, Dad. Okay. Slender build. Oh, I didn't say this before. He's got more of a medium kind of height than a real tall, at least the way he looks to me. Would you understand that for your father, please, Lori? Yeah, he's not real tall. I mean, he's tall enough. Not he's not a shorty, but he's not real tall. And he's got a mid-sized body build. Let me see what else we can see him. He's very handsome in his youth. He still, as he gets older, he still holds a lot of that face. Actually, has a very he's like an oval face, a nice straight nose, high cheekbones, nice full lips. They're not overly big. He seems to have a bit of a wavier hair. Would you understand that for father, please? Yeah, it seems to have a little wave to it. Yeah, he loves you. He's here, honey. Loves you very, very much. If I had to say he looked like he's using a particular movie star for me to pick up his features a little bit. They don't always do that, but sometimes they do. And he's using Paul Newman. Paul Newman as the prototype. Now, I wouldn't say that Paul Newman was an identical fit for him, but there's a lot of similarities in terms of this mid-sized body and the features, and the hair is a little bit wavy. I can't see your father's hair color. I'm sure it got gray as it got older. He combs it away from his cowboy. Who? Oh, do you know Paul Newman, honey? Yeah, he was in. Look him up later. You'll see him. Yeah, he was in Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, many different movies. Good-looking actor from the past. See, I'm a lot older than you, obviously. Although I know I don't look it. Anyway, Dad is here, and he loves you very, very much. Now he's going to say, keep taking care of those turtles. He says, do it for me too. And he loves you very much. He gives you a big kiss, and he also shows me that it seems you have a brother. They want you to give a kiss to your brother for him as well. Would you understand that, please? What was that? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm so sad for that, honey. Maybe that must be why he brings up brother to give him a kiss for him. Now, there may be something more, and I have to get going to the next person since this became such a big thing. I'll just see if Dad has anything else to say about that. Dad, want to say, is your brother's name Robert, by the way? Okay, hold on. Let me just see. Dad. All right, now I don't need his name. Dad, what do you want to say about this, please, to your beautiful daughter? I'm sorry. I didn't leave him everything, as you know. It was fraud on his part, but please forgive him for me and for yourself so you can move on with your life. There will be monies coming to you, but you have to move to the future, not look past. You're going to have a good lifestyle. He says there's money coming to you from other sources, so he's trying to encourage you, okay, to not be bitter about that and to move forward, Lori. I hope that you can take that message, love, and that it can be of benefit to you, darling. All right, honey. All right, darling. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye. Aw, that's so sad. We have, in our lives, and I've had some very big losses, and some of them are, not quite as obvious as that, but terrible losses at the hands of some other people in my life. But we all know that we don't do the forgiveness because we want to be holy. We do it because we want to be whole. We want to grow. We want to have happiness, and we want to have a good life. A friend of mine once said to me, "The best revenge is to have a good life." So looking back and not forgiving prevents us from that. Not to sound like I'm on a what they call a soapbox. I guess I do sound like I'm on a soapbox, but I'm just trying to be encouraging. Okay, I'm going to go to the other person who's waiting for another side connection, and then I will go to the other phone lines for the other kind of messages. Hi. Is that Nole or Note? I'll find out in a moment. Hi, honey. Is your name Nole? Noel? Noel. Okay, we got the E and the L are different in the wrong place here. Let me just fix that. Okay, good. Noel, that makes sense. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling in, Noel. I appreciate that. And so what I do here, Noel, is I usually bring in who comes in, and it's more ethical that way. Let me just see. Where do you live? You're 954. I just want to patter with you a little bit to pick up your voice vibration. Where are you now? Fort Lauderdale area? Could you speak up a little bit, darling? Because I can't hear you that well. Okay, very well. No wonder you're not speaking so well. You want to hide your accent from me. Hold on for a second, Noah. It's a beautiful accent. Okay. Noel, Noel, Noel. Oh, please. It's all of us Americans, we love well, I don't know if it's English or it sounds English, but it could also be South African because they can hardly hear you. But it's very refined, and we all love that those accents. Okay, 954 Noel. Hold on. See who's around you. Noel, Noel, 954. Okay. No, it's not your fault. It's something to do with the connection I have tonight. It's always an adventure, this radio show. I never know what I'm going to get. Tonight, all of a sudden, my computer is giving me a hard time. I don't know if it's Blog Talk Radio or if it's my computer or what the problem is, but we won't fuss over it too much. Anything you can do to help is appreciated. Okay, so now I feel that there's a male to you in spirit that's more in your age group, picking up more than a parent or someone like that. Are you looking for someone in that category, please? Just yes or no. You're not. Okay. All right. Hold on. It doesn't have to be a brother. It could be a male friend of yours. So that's, I just want to say I feel that. Maybe there is somebody there who is past spirit and you're not looking for that. Let me see. Something else that I just can't understand what it is. It's not a person. Noel 954. This, okay, let me just, sometimes the mediumship comes in a little differently. So what I'm seeing is something that reminds, I don't even know how to describe it. It's a big mess. Okay, there's a lot of things happening. As if maybe it could stand for an accident or a crisis, or something like that. But I feel I'm getting this image of like like something happened bad, and there's all kinds of things going on at the same time. I'm going to allow that to unfold a bit, and maybe we'll get to something you can understand, Noelle, okay? Um, what was that? I can't hear you. You're talking about a balloon that's popping? Something explodes. Okay, now is this, so you're trying to tell me this is related to the passing? Okay. Oh, you have a balloon around you right now. Okay. Or a balloon popped around you. Oh, okay. Well, then maybe that's what it is. I see this as if there's a big bang explosion, this hair moving around and like big strands of hair and things like that. All right, well, maybe that's what I'm seeing then. Okay, so there is now a male popping in, another male. Okay, he's older than you. He's more like a father figure. He's tall. He's slender. This is a person in spirit I'm talking about. He seems to have brown hair. It has some wave to it. And the brown hair is, at least when he's younger, is conservatively cut in that it's shorter around the back to the ears and a little bit longer on top. But it has a wave to it. He has a strong nose, a strong chin. He also, so I just want to stop because you give me a lot of information. Before I proceed, can you connect to this person in any way, please, Noel? Yeah, he was about to show me now that he plays piano or he's musically inclined. Would you understand that for him, please? Okay. Well, he gives me the impression that there's something to do with music with him. So I'll just leave that with you. Maybe somebody else in the family plays music. I don't know. I won't try to place it anywhere. He gives me that feeling of being very refined. Oh, kind of uppity, refined, not a, okay, and then he also gives me one specific piece of information. It's kind of interesting. He says, not a clear thinker towards the end, which can mean a few things. Uh, Perhaps it means that he started to lose cognitive facilities as he moves to a closer to the passing time. I'm not going to ask you for any feedback. I just want to develop it a little bit, Noelle, and then we'll try to frame it as valid in some way. Um, Very good looking man. Calm, easygoing temperament, very slender in his youth. As he gets older, he gains a little more weight, but never full, never overweight. Shows me the shoulder areas and the arms, the shoulders and arms are a little on the narrowest. Now he's not really a big bulky guy; he's got more of a narrow build, but he does show that the stomach gets a little bit bigger as he gets older. Not a big thing, not a big thing. Calm disposition. You already said that, Dad, a few times. There's a few of us in spirit here for you, Noelle. It's not just me. There's other people. There seems to be a female to you as well, which would be like more like a mother figure or something like that. Very beautiful when she's younger, and actually she flashes me a picture of herself. Dad, can I please stay on you for a moment, or do we have to go to this other woman that's there? Um, wow, what a beautiful woman. This woman she shows me herself in her youth. Her hair is blunt cut, like right under her jawline, parted on the side with a sort of sweeping wave, darker eyebrows, but the hair is lighter. Kind of perfect features, very pretty woman, looking a little bit like the 40s or 50s, something like that, older kind of, another time, not our time from the past. But anyway, back to Dad. He smokes a lot when he's younger. He stops as he gets older. This caused health problems. Would you understand that, please, for Dad? Yes, okay, good. He loves you very much. He says he's come in to say hello to you and the rest of the family this time of year, holiday season. Very important for everyone, including you. He says that you have a family. You have your own children. Would you understand that, please, Noel? Indeed? Okay. I can hardly hear you, so sorry. Bear with me for sounding like I'm a blind person because I am. Um, he says, I come in to say, and he also shows me a family of four, as if you have two children and you and a wife or something like that. Would you understand that? I just get like the sense of four. 4 children, is it? I see. Okay. He says, you're very organized with your work. You're getting ahead now in life. He says you like what you're doing very much, and it seems to have something to do with law or helping other people in some way, which law is involved. Would you understand that, please? You. Okay. But would you understand you like your work very much? All right. There's something to do with your work that's technical in nature, and it seems to affect other people's lives. So I'll just leave it like that. Um, is there a personal message, Dad? He just wants to say he's fine, and he keeps saying again, your mother and he are fine. So that would mean your mom is in spirit. Would you understand that, please? I was what, love? Yeah, I didn't really bother to confirm anything, but now he's saying that she and he's saying that the both of them are in spirit and that she's fine also. So I'm asking you to confirm that she is in spirit. All right. See, sometimes, I mean, that's all evidence because I don't know you very well. Although you sound like a very nice person, I'd like to get to know you better. Maybe you'll come to some of my events in person. Who knows? Um, but I try to bring in as much evidence as possible that can be confirmed. There's also okay, I get the same message from him. Why do you have a brother-in-law in spirit? Because he says your brother is with me. There's somebody who's lateral to you, who's male, that is in the spirit world. It's the third time I've gotten it. Doesn't make any sense to you? And you think he's referencing who? Your stepfather. Oh, oh. Well, then, okay, so there's two fathers in spirit, a stepfather and your biological father. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Well, he's dead. One of these, the man that I've been talking to, I haven't come to say which one he is, but he says your brother. Now you think he just means a lateral male to him, not you, and it would be, if we're talking about your biological father, then it would be your stepfather, and vice versa. Okay, well that's fine. I want to say thank you so much, Noel, for calling in. I thank you so much. It's unfortunate I can't hear very well this evening, but we're making do very well. Indeed. Thank you so much, Noel. You have a beautiful evening. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm trying to hang up the phone, and now I can't hang the phone line up. Oh, there it goes. I think I'm going to have to get a new computer, everybody, which I don't want to do. Okay, now I'm going to go to Trudy, who has been very nice. Hello, Trudy. How are you? I'm hanging in there, as they say. Go ahead, darling, and ask your question. Okay, give me the initials of that person, please. M as in Mary, Y as in yes. Hold on. Yes, yes, or young. Okay. M-Y. Hold on. For Trudy, is this going to go anywhere, Spirit? Yes or no? Yes, it is. I get a yes on this. He's a good person. He's kind. He's outgoing, even-tempered, good-natured. He seems to, okay, there is an issue. Seems to demand a lot of you and your time. And maybe that's why you want to know, because you don't want to be spending all your time with him or giving as much of yourself to somebody who's not really available emotionally. The problem here, I do feel he wants you, sweetie, but what I'm getting that might be of concern to you is, I don't know why they're saying this, but I will relay it, that he seems to be a very needy person. He needs somebody to be there to talk to him, take care of him. And I don't know if you're really liking that too much. But as far as him being interested in you, yes. But are you interested in that? I don't know. I feel there's resistance on your part for that. Do you understand, please? He's had two what? Yeah, he can't be alone. He's the kind of person that cannot be alone for very long. Yeah, likes to be with somebody. What? I can't do more than one per person because I've got a full switchboard. But I just wanted to be able to give you that answer. Huh? Uh-huh. And so have about 20 other callers. Not to be rude, but listen, just go ahead and ask your question, but I want you to know that the rule of the show is one question per person, honey. Oh, I think you've told me this. Yeah. I'm so sorry to hear that, honey. What is the question? Oh, well, okay. I don't want to sound too crafty or evasive. But if I were to say no, you'll never have a relationship with her, that would be cruel of me. And I do believe that we always have. Well, no, I can't say for sure because it's up to you, is what I'm getting at. I do feel this can be healed, and I'm going to give you a technique for healing relationships. And everybody listening, this could be of use to you as well. One of the things I use is prayer. I go into meditative state. I visualize that person in front of me, and I talk to them and asking them, trying to have better communication with them. And also asking God for help. So the relationship is possible again. I can't say it won't ever happen again. Uh, and I do feel that it will happen again. But you have to keep asking and you have to keep working on it on an energy, spiritual level. I know how painful this can be. Who's the boy I see around her? Does she have the boy? Or is that the bar mitzvah? Okay. Well, I can feel. Okay, okay. Well, I can see that her having grandchildren is also another element here. So the answer is yes, always there's possibilities. We are not victims. We can work on this on an energy level. We are constantly creating our life, and I do think forgiveness is possible there on her part towards you and you towards her because obviously there needs to be a two-way forgiveness here, right? I mean, the mere fact you're devastated so work on it with prayer, Judy. That's what I suggest, honey. Okay? Thank you, honey. Thanks, love. You're welcome, honey. Bye bye. Okay. I'm sorry about that, everybody. The rule is really one question per person. And if you do have more than that and you need more guidance, just book a session with me. Just go to booklaura.com. If you book a session with me, you'll get a third more time if you put radio show in the event code field. Okay, that's included. In other words, you get a 25% discount or a third more time when you put radio show in the event code field. Okay, so now I'm going to go to Joanne, who's been waiting the longest besides Trudy. Hey, Angel. Hi, Joanne. Sorry to keep you waiting so long, love. I'm sorry. We have so many people. Okay, sweetie, what can I do for you, darling? Go ahead. Oh, if I'm picking up anything, I need a specific question. Unless you just want me to go to a general message. Is that what you're asking me to do? Joanne? Uh-oh, Joanne. Have I lost you, sweetheart? All right. I'm going to give her a general message. I don't know why I cannot hear her any longer, but I'm going to see if I can pick up a message for you, Joanne, since you have waited quite a long time. Joanne, it's 6:03. You're very confused about something at work right now. It feels like promotion or getting ahead, or if you should even stay in that job. Money is an issue for you right now, and you really want to make more money. I do feel that money will be coming to you. I just need to see if it's going to be where you are now or some other place. Yeah, I get that you should try to look around for something better than where you are because I feel that you've reached what's called the glass ceiling, and it won't be very helpful for you to stay there much longer. I don't feel that you can get more money or go ahead there. It's like you've hit a brick wall. So I advise you to move forward by looking around for something better and have the confidence, Joanne, have the confidence. Don't limit yourself. The sky is the limit. Okay? I hope that you were able to get that message, honey. Now I hear you when I'm all done with that. Did you hear me? Did you hear what I said? Joanne? Now I can't hear again. Okay, I hope that she got the message and I don't know what to say. I'm going to have to hang up, honey. Okay, moving to, there's other people that have been waiting a very, very long time. Here's Amala. Hi, Amala. Hello? So this is my fault with my system here. Interesting. I cannot hear anyone. If you have access, Amulet, and also Joanne, if you have access to the chat room, you can always put your question in there and I'll do the best I can to get to you. I don't know why we have all these problems. I was able to talk to everybody before, but now I can't hear anybody. I'm going to put you back in the queue. I'm going to Andy, who's been waiting a very long time. Andy, can I hear you? Hello, Andy. Oh, I know what the problem is. I can hear you, and I think I know what the problem is. So I can go back to Amala and Joanne after you. So Amala and Joanne, if you're here, I will come back to you even if we go over the show. I think I found the issue. Okay, go ahead, honey. What's your question, darling? Hi. Yes. Okay. I love it when people ask psychics things like this. It is if you want it to be. It's like I'll just see. I'll try to look at it that way. Proposal for Andy within a month, yes or no? Hold on. It will work out. You'll be able to clear your schedule out just as anticipated. You will be able to get everything organized. You're asking for some help at work also that will come in. People are going to be very cooperative with you along this journey and this path. Um, and I feel that those are the main reasons why you're asking the question. You know, it's like, will the highway clear out so I can get through to my destination? Because there's been a lot of traffic. There's been a lot of traffic on my highway. People are always interfering and holding me back and getting in the way. It's like living in a beehive. So the answer is yes. you all right. You're welcome, darling. Bye bye. Okay, so I'm going to try now to go back to Joanne and then Amala. I figured out what the problem is. And Joanne hung up the phone. Well, I didn't see her hang up the phone. Wait a minute. Joanne, I don't see you on the switchboard anymore. She probably got disgusted. Okay, going to Amala. Trying to go to you, Amala. There we are. Problem is something to do with my microphone, so that was the problem. Okay, sweetie. Yeah. Okay, honey, just go ahead and give me your question, love. Okay. Well, that's a good place to start now, isn't it? Right? You've done all the work on yourself and you want somebody who's going to complement that. Okay, Amala. Yeah, Amala, age 60. You're very fortunate in some ways. You have great looks and great personality, Spirit is saying. So you certainly have a lot of opportunities. Oh, interesting. So they're telling me because you have a lot of opportunities, you need to you need to figure out another way that would be meeting this person, but beyond the process of appearance. Quite often, they see a good-looking woman, and you're attracting the wrong man because of the way you look and your great personality. So if we can construct, right, you understand? So if we can construct a way for you to meet an intelligent, a few different people that are intelligent male of the opposite sex, in a non-threatening environment that's casual and easygoing, you'd have a better chance of pulling in that person. That's not on the basis of looks towards you, but more on the basis of conversation and connecting. Okay. So what was that? Well, I'm going to suggest, when is when you do what I'm going to come up with. So just bear with me. When I don't come up with it. If it was up to me, I would be dumbfounded. I wouldn't know what to say to you. Because that's a hard one. But they're telling me to find an interactive environment where you are able to talk to people, but it's casual, like a coffee shop or a place where conversation happens. Maybe it's a book club, or maybe it's on the basis of interests. Like for example, men might want to get together for the purpose of discussion about investing, if that was if you had an interest in that area, and they're not going to be looking at you. No, well, I'm just yeah, I'm not saying it has to be that. I'm using it as an example. So if you have any interests, I feel it needs to be something intellectual versus physical. Uh, okay, because, or it could be physical also, but I'm just being led to books, writing, discussion, that kind of a thing. And then it wouldn't be like it wouldn't be just like online where you show your picture, or going to a nightclub where it's very superficial. And that's the issue for you, is because you're getting a lot of men who are looking at you like a nice booty, a nice tail they want to catch. See? Okay, so what did you say that you were not, you're a little bit mistrustful of what? Oh. 90 seconds. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So the answer is to find one or two, or maybe just one you can find, but a way to be interacting with men around dateable age to you on an interest level versus other levels, so that you're interacting on the basis of what your mind is versus just the way you look. And this seems to be the way to go for you, and you will find somebody very soon in the near future doing this that you will like very much. Of course, there has to be other aspects to the way you're meeting them, like they you want somebody who's fairly successful and all these other things that go with it. So go through your mind, go through your interests, and find something that you're going to like to do that you think you possibly can interact with them the same way. Okay? Okay, Amala? Okay, honey. Yeah, it's this microphone that's giving me the hard time. There you are, honey. All right, I'm going to let you go, darling. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you, love. Bye-bye. 10 seconds. Okay, in the 10 seconds remaining, I want to remind you I do the show on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. I may be changing the time for that. Oops, and if you would like a private session with me, just go to booklaura.com. And I look forward to doing this with you again in the near future, Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye. Using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.